we're going to use the fact that the limits at theta go to 0 of sine of theta over theta is 1. In fact, the limit of any blocks that go to 0, sine of that block over the same identical block is 1. In this case, we're going to rewrite this limit using sine and cosine only. With the identity tangent is sine over cosine, we're going to rewrite tangent of 8x as sine of 8x over cosine of 8x, and we still have a sine of 3x in the denominator. We know that we cannot simply plug in 0 to find the limit in this case because the denominator would be 0 if we were to plug in 0. And so we're going to use this important limit. But first, we have to rewrite it so that the form shows up. The numerator is sine of 8x. And so in order to use this important limit, we would need to have 8x in the denominator. This is our wishful thinking, but we know that we can't simply write 8x in the denominator. To do this properly, we would multiply by a well-chosen one, which is in this case 8x over 8x. And then we would rewrite this as the limits at x go to 0, sine of 8x over 8x, and then we still have 8x in the numerator, and we have cosine of 8x times sine of 3x in the denominator. Then we use the product rule to separate the limit. The limit at x go to 0 of sine of 8x over 8x times the limit at x go to 0 of 8x over cosine of 8x times sine of 3x. Now at x go to 0, 8x also go to 0. And so this limit is 1. We simplify the limit to obtain the limit x go to 0 of 8x over cosine of 8x times sine of 3x. And we would like to use the same limit again, but this time the argument of sine is 3x, so we would need 3x in the numerator. To do that, we just simply multiply another well-chosen one. And so we have 8 times the limit at x go to 0. The numerator is now 3x, and the denominator is cosine of ax times sine of 3x. And we have an extra factor of 3 in the denominator as well. We use the limit law again to separate the limit. The limit at x go to 0 of 3x over sine of 3x times the limit at x go to 0 of 1 over cosine of ax. As x go to 0, 3x also go to 0, so we know that the limit is the reciprocal of sine of theta over theta, and so this is also 1. We end up with 8 over 3 times cosine of 0 is 1. This second limit is also 1. Not because we use sine of theta over theta, but we just simply plug in 0 into x. 8 times 0 is 0, cosine of 0 is 1. 1 over 1 is 1. So the answer is 8 over 3.